so impressive that if I keep on reading, it is going to take a lot of time. Former General Officer, Commanding in Chief, Western Army, Command, Indian Army. He has done a pivotal roles in overseeing borders with the 4 countries, including the Siliguri corridor, leading India's first T-90 armored brigade and armored division, and so many other things of importance. And most importantly, that he has contributed as Haryana State Information Commissioner, advisor to the Chief Minister of Haryana, and also he's a very, very humble person, which we could make out within this short meeting with him. And so if you aspire to be a person like him, I think that is the best thing. Our chief guest today is a role model for you to read. Thomas Edison once said, "The value of an idea lies in using it." And this is true for all of you, I'm sure. Father of modern management, Peter Drucker, also affirmed, "The entrepreneur always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits an opportunity." So here we have the privilege of, welcoming these bright minds who are present here, and they are representing the future of the nation, because the future of the nation lies in the youth. And for this, we are very thankful to the BRICS Youth Entrepreneurship Initiative. This is one of those run-up event out of the 8 events, and we thank GCTC for being for the knowledge as a knowledge partner. We are now as a knowledge partner, institutional partner. They are as a knowledge partner, and and together we have done this kind of an event that is for the youth. And youth, I believe, are the change makers for today. And this we are hosting at Mata Sundri College, and as such, Mata Sundri was a role model, and she lived here at this place for 40 long years. In those times, just imagine when the women were not even allowed to go out of their houses, what to stay of education and other things. She was the one who lived here and was a leader. So that is a marvel in itself. And she was so committed to education and all the things like confidence in the people and so on. And this is a very, very fitting venue, according to me, for such an event. Now, the leadership of the Department of Youth Affairs, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India is exemplary. They are committed to innovation in youth, and their unwavering support and vision at every step has been truly, truly marvelous. GCTC, a not-for-profit think tank, they are always upcoming with new things. Always they have something next on the agenda, what they have to do for the nation, for the country, and that is really, truly marvelous about them. And so combined with the leadership of Youth Affairs Ministry, we have come up with this event, which is building bridges between the youth who are actually in large numbers. So if I say that we are providing you a platform where you are, having your early stages of ideation, and you can reach to the pinnacle of execution, provided you have certain guidelines. So if I say this is on January 17th and January 16th, only yesterday, the National Startup Day was there, and PM Modi designated startups as the backbone of New India. And launched in 2016, startups have proven to be a major transformative matrix in India. India has witnessed a lot of startups. The names you all know, like Paytm, Swiggy, Ola, Doctors for Animals, Zepto, Dream11, Flipkart. The list is so exhaustive, and they are not confined to one state. Bangalore, of course, you can say that it is the Silicon Valley of India, but Hyderabad, Gurgaon, Jaipur, Pune, New Delhi, and they are in various fields. So startup, seeding, entrepreneurship, all these are, you can say, lifeblood of innovation and economic transformation today. And they are creating impact. They are solving problems. They are thinking outside the box, and they are having the courage to take risks. That is most important. So startup is really, having idea, but making it marketable. If you have to make it marketable, and then only I think you are successful. If I see about the demographics in India, it is very, very unique. Unique in a sense, we are living in this demographic bonus period, where working age population is, they have outstrip the non-working population. So we have more of working age population and this working age population, according to me, are highly motivated, and they have a dream, they have aspiration, and they also have a confidence to steer across the challenges. And so this is a win-win situation for all, for the nation, because we are creating assets for the national development, making India a hub of innovation. Holistic development of our sectors. Many new sectors which never heard before are coming up, and they are doing very well. And society at large. And on the global landscape also, we are making our mark. Indian origin people, many US unicorns and so on. Individuals, if I talk at the individual level, it is again very successful as it is at the national level, because individuals are employed and they are creating further employments, and they are motivated also. So if you see that traditional career paths are giving way to Indian startup space. It's a new kind of a scenario which is coming up. Large population, if I say, is the driver for innovation, because you have to come up with something new. And as future leaders, you can reap the maximum benefit. India has a very, very attractive market. Current economic scenario is on expansion mode, and you have to capitalize on this expansion. Connectivity is there. A lot of mobiles are there. Cheap data is available. India, the data is so cheap. If you go outside, it is so expensive. So if we can, have connectivity, we can tap into the markets. Several high-profile executives are also just quitting their jobs, and they are starting with us, startups. And moreover, the liberal government policies like the Startup India, Make in India, Mudra, and all these are also giving a bonus to this kind of a scenario where you can come up with the startups. So, and these startups are in various chains, retail chain, food chain, IT application, anything at an affordable price you can afford, you can make it, because things are again very expensive, but the startups can make things more reasonable, more competitive. And one more thing which is very important, that of course we have challenges like health challenge, education challenge, infrastructure challenge, but also the rising gap between India and Bharat, that is also one of the challenges. So rising cost, falling demand, credit crunch, all these are one of the challenges. But despite all these challenges, there are big opportunities for the startup today. Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. And in this sense, I can tell that because, India has the diversities. For example, as far as the startups are concerned, what is selling in Delhi might not sell somewhere in Maharashtra. So you can capitalize on those opportunities at the global, not only the global level, but at the local level also. And then regional level and also the national level. So it is, a lot of plethora of opportunities are available to you. It's a vibrant ecosystem where you can work quite a lot. You have, here we are giving you local, regional, global, and national level exposure also, because you are interacting with each other, presenting your ideas, and these ideas are going to spark change. So as we are cheering for these entrepreneurs, this is a time for you to rise the stand, because out of you only those people who are successful will be presenting their ideas at the BRICS level. And when I talk about the BRICS level, it is an intergovernmental organization which is very successful also, and which is very economically powerful also, because there are various opportunities available. The countries in the BRICS are not only developed, but they are also in the developing mode. So plethora of opportunities are available to you through the BRICS platform. And so as an informal group, it is playing a very, very vital role. So this is the time where you have to unlock your potential. So welcome, and let's get started. And I thank all the distinguished guests for finding time for us, and of course the presenters of the startup ideas. All the best to all of you. I'm sure we'll find some new things there, and we have seen a lot of long list of startups who are very successful. But here is a platform where you can present your ideas and be successful in those terms. So all the best to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your inspiring words. Over to Simar.
Proceeding with the event, we would now like to introduce our honored guest, Lieutenant General KG Singh, PVSM, AVSM and BAR, Lieutenant General Singh, former GOC in C, Western Army Command, Indian Army, Executive Council member, GCTC. He is a former Haryana State Information Commissioner and advisor to the CM of Haryana. He commanded Sikkim Corps, having bordered with 4 countries, including Siliguri Corridor, and also commanded Armored Division and 1st T-90 Armored Brigade. He was cited for bravery during the UN peace-building mission in Angola by UN Force Commander. Today he will share his thoughts on the role of think tanks in fostering innovation and collaboration. We are truly honored by your presence here today, sir. The stage is all yours. We welcome you, sir.
Jai Hind, everybody. Jai Hind. Firstly, Professor Dr. Harpreet Kaur, Sardar Kulbir Singh Ji, Prajna Kulshrestha, faculty of this wonderful college, Aditya Tikku Ji and Vijay Ji Tikku, and all young students who come out in this Delhi cold, fog, misty morning to join us, I salute you. I welcome you to this event. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I am indeed an original example of startup because I come from Bharat. I grew up in a small village, town, Kasba kind of place called as Dadbai, studied in a Hindi medium school till about class 5, and then my parents sent me to a Sainik school thousands of kilometers away. And as I speak in front of you, let me confess to you that till about 21 years of age or even beyond, I was not confident even to speak in English. And today I have started myself up, revved myself up to be able to communicate to you, to write book, to become an honorary professor. And even after I finished my military innings, I decided not to retire but to re-attire myself, take up new roles and new challenges. So starting up, restarting up, revving up our life is inevitable. And we are sitting in a very wonderful location where the incubator of my faith, Khalsa faith, resided here for 40 years, Mata Sundri Kaur ji. You know, Guru Gobind Singh passed away. His life was cut short by the tyrants. But the charge was left to the women incubator, Mata Sundri ji. And she compiled Dasam Granth. She put it all together. She nurtured Jassa Singh Ahluwalia, and Sikhs became the rulers of Delhi. You know, a vision which Guru Gobind Singh ji carried but could not fulfill. But Mata Sundri made it possible. So please clap for the original incubator. You can draw inspiration. You all talk of Khalsa faith, Sikhs, but it all is because of that Mata Sundri who 40 years she pushed it forward. So take a lot of inspiration from that. Now we are in a situation where we have no choice. Let me be very honest with you. See, it's like this, that demographically we are sitting on a time bomb. We have a youth bulge. We have huge big population. We are a growing economy. Some say we are 4th largest, some say we are 3rd largest, but soon we are going to be there in the first 3 clubs. Yet we have huge big inequalities. India is India and Bharat. Now, the problem is everybody wants to do white collar jobs. And everybody wants a government job. Well, that cannot happen. Nobody can make it possible. There are not jobs like that. We have to take the ownership, youth. Like when Modi ji says, some people just snigger, and when he says, make pakoras, make tea, he is meaning it. There are startups like Chaos. In Chandigarh, there is somebody who's making Spanish fries and selling it. You have to discover your mojo. You can't say that government will come and give me a job. It's not possible. I am telling you. You have to start up. You have to do. There is no choice. We have to upskill ourselves. We have to get this country going. So are you ready for that? Yes or no? Yes. Itni si yes se to, it reminds me of मेरे जमाने में ठंड का टाइम होता था, सवेरे हम अपनी गाड़ी निकालते थे यजदी, उसको टेढ़ा करते थे और फिर वो स्टार्टअप होती थी. तो आर यू रेडी? या प्लीज बी रेडी, बिकॉज ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दोबारा नहीं आए. आई एम टेलिंग यू, इट विल नॉट कम अगेन. एंड इफ यू डोंट यूज इट प्रॉपरली, वी आर ऑल्सो सिटिंग ऑन डेमोग्राफिक bomb. So we have to make it happen. It is our responsibility. See, I was reading an article by Amod Kant. He says that in 2015-16, there were only 400 startups. How many? 400. Today, how many are there? Anybody? कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. So options are, I said, कितने थे? 400 थे. Options are 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Vijay ji is won it. 1,30,000. He is the closest. Clap for him. 1,30,000 startups today. In 8 years, we have grown up not in arithmetic, not in geometric, but in astronomic progression we have done. And we have 7 times more incubators, 9 times more mega funders, and 15 times larger funding that is taking place in startups. That's the story of startups. And let me tell you, away from what Amod Kant writes, it is happening because of government or in spite of government. Please, I want answers from you. The startup success story in India, is it because of government or is it in spite of government? How many for because of government? How many for in spite of government? In spite of government, have it. In spite of government, have it. This is how they say in parliament. It is happening because of our own this thing. Government will take ownership. Success has many fathers. But government is setting the climate, like this event. Like there is a mission on startups, Startup India, like Mission Semiconductor, like Mission Artificial Intelligence. Government is setting up all these missions. But basically it is because of our jugadu nature and our youthful energy. So please don't lose it. And I must give you another warning. The biggest trend today is what? What is the biggest innovation trend today? Name it, please, anybody. What is disrupting the world today? Yes, sir, who said AI? Get up. Please clap for him. Artificial intelligence. Now tell me honestly, artificial intelligence से jobs बढ़ेंगे या jobs घटेंगे? How many for बढ़ेंगे? How many for घटेंगे? The majority is for घटेंगे, लेकिन if we intelligently do it, we can make it बढ़ेंगे. That is the trend. And see, in India, manufacturing has it succeeded? Manufacturing in India, is it succeeding? Yes or no? No, please no. Be honest. We are trying. We'll continue to try. There is no choice. But we are not succeeding the way we wish to succeed. What is succeeding in India? What is it which is succeeding in India? Last month, figures came out. The volume of turnover from services is beating manufacturing. So what is succeeding is services. And in services, what is succeeding is, what is it? Global Capability Centers. GCTC की तरह GCC. The big corporations, Google, Microsoft, everybody wants to set up the global capability centers over here. India is riding knowledge economy. And that is how we can become Vishwa Guru or Vishwa Bandhu, whichever way we want to go forward. So I will inspire you to take this challenge. And I'll take 2-3 minutes more. And this is the right time also, because BRICS is expanding. You know, it's become BRICS plus. Indonesia and some other countries have joined BRICS. So BRICS is expanding, Indian economy is expanding, and artificial intelligence is on us, and we have no choice. Now let me give you an example of GCTC. Global Counter-Terrorism Center is also an audacious startup. It started in 2016-17, and from a WhatsApp interactive forum, it has grown into a global presence. It is a think tank. The brand GCTC became a subject matter of dispute in USA. Somebody wanted to hijack this brand. And this is one think tank which is on open architecture. You know, in India there are many think tanks. Most of them are driven by either a corporate house or the government. You have Observer Research Foundation funded by Reliance, Ambani. You have a think tank which is being funded by Adani. You have government-funded think tanks like USI, like ICWA, like you have services-funded think tanks like CLAWS, CAPS, Sanjos, IDSA. You have think tanks funded by interest groups like Vivekanand Foundation and likes. But GCTC is not funded by any of them. It is on open architecture. It has no driven agenda. Only agenda we have is nation building. That's why we are partnering with government departments, and we are partnering with multiple ministries. We have partnered with MHA, with Water Resources, with IT Ministry, and you name it, we have partnered with them. And it is an audacious think tank. A think tank which thinks and punches much above its weight. It's now partnering with European Union, and when COVID struck, all think tanks came to a grinding halt. You know, the think tanks, you think of a think tank and you suddenly, the thought comes to your mind is a seminar room, an auditorium. But during COVID, GCTC broke the barrier. And we actually gave the concept of web seminars. We had multiple seminars, and that we also discovered a great freedom. It was possible to put Taliban and Afghan government together. Possible. It was possible to put a Ukrainian and Russian together, which you couldn't do it in a seminar hall. So GCTC set new fundas for dialogue, for partnership, and this year PM Modi has given the vision that even in our Act East policy, we will do a confederation of think tanks. So think tanks are a way of promoting knowledge economy. So, in very humbly, I want to tell you that please remain connected with GCTC. You will find a lot of opportunities over there. Take part in our events, go to our website, and if you have ideas, give it to us. We will try and incubate them. We'll try and push them forward. So with this, I must tell you that it's been an absolute privilege for me to stand in front of you and speak to such youthful people. It recharges my energies, my batteries. And I also must make a confession. At my age, when your wife doesn't listen to you, when your children you ring up, one is sitting in Bangalore and running he runs a big startup for American company called as Branch. Go to website, you'll find. My younger son also used to work in startups. Now he, of course, works with Canva. How many of you have heard of Canva? Yeah, he looks after Asia Pacific of Canva. And my elder son looks after this branch, global operations. And their wives also do. My one daughter-in-law does fine technologies. The other one does Netflix. So she is the brand head of Netflix. So all of you who are aspiring for a role, meet me afterwards. I'll try and start you up. So they don't listen to you. They say, Dad, be cool, give me a break. But I have found you today listening to me. So thank you for lending your ears. And I hope I have inspired some of you to take up that challenge. And there is no choice. सरकार नहीं कर सकती. सरकार सिर्फ राशन बांट सकती है. सरकार सिर्फ क्लाइमेट दे सकती है. बाकी हमने करना है. We have to take up this challenge. Because सरकार के हम ही तो देते हैं टैक्स, हमारा ही तो पैसा है. So it is that money is required. Okay, and how many of you have heard about IDEX? IDEX. कितनों ने सुना है? Please get up and tell us what is IDEX. Yeah, I am clapping for you. Good. Come. What is IDEX? You are on right lines. You are on right lines. Just find more courage and say. It is innovation for excellence in defense. It is a government-mentored program for startups in defense. It is a 500 crores over 5 years, Every year 100 crores are given. We are mentoring 300 startups and 12 incubation partners. Have you heard of ASME? What is ASME? What is ASME? ASME is derived from Asmita. It is a 9mm Sten machine carbine made by Major Pramod Bansod in partnership with DRDO, and it is a global product being supplied to Indian Army. That's a startup. Clap for him. Have you heard of Drone Acharya? In this, Ukrainian war has proved that it will not be tanks, it will not be aircrafts, it will be startups and drones which will win the war, or at least keep the war going. So in India, there are large number of such startups. So if you are inclined to help your defense forces, go to a website called as, what is it? IDEX. Please repeat. Go there and seek opportunities. Set up an incubator in this college if you wish to, and work on those lines. Thank you. Grateful.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and for sharing your wisdom and experience with us. Now it is our privilege to invite our esteemed guest, Sardar Kulbir Singh, Member Governing Body, Mata Sundri College for Women. Your presence and engagement means a lot to us, sir. We invite you now to share your insights and remarks with us. Please clap for him.
Hello everyone. Today's our esteemed guest, Lieutenant General K.G. Singh, Principal Dr. Harpreet Kaur, Prajna Kulsheshwar ji, and dear fellow students. First of all, I would like to congratulate you all for organizing such a great event, such an initiative taken by GCTC with the Youth Affairs Ministry, because now you have a platform to prove yourself. We are Indians. We are we have a name all over the world, in America, in Europe, in other countries. And, we are the winners actually everywhere. But unfortunately, what I feel that we lack in India. We are lacking in manufacturing, but naturally we are growing in services. But as a youth, I feel the energies which you have, and now the government is providing and institutions are providing a lot of atmosphere, climate here for you. Now you should prove yourself and you can be a world leader. So with this, I would like to congratulate once again all of you, being a participant, being an organizer. So have a wonderful event and prove yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing such words of wisdom with us. On behalf of Mata Sundri College for Women, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all our guests and participants present here today. First, I would like to thank our esteemed guests, Lieutenant General K.J. Singh, PVSM, AVSM and BAR, and Sardar Kulbir Singh for taking time out from their busy schedule and sharing their valuable words with us. Sir, in us, you will always find a dedicated ear. We would also like to thank Ms. Prajna Kulshreshtha from GCTC for being with us for this seminal session. We extend our deepest gratitude to Department of Youth Affairs, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India for giving our college this brilliant opportunity to host this prestigious event. We are immensely grateful to Global Counter-Terrorism Council, GCTC, for their unwavering support and belief in our efforts. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our respected principal, Professor Harpreet Kaur, for always being the visionary leader who has led us by example. Lastly, I would like to thank all my colleagues and students for tirelessly working to bring this event to life. May this be the beginning for many such moments. Now I will request all our dignitaries to please take their seat in the audience. Ma'am, I think we need a group photograph. It is now time for the keynote address, a significant highlight of today's event. We are honored to have with us Mr. Sairaj Dhond, who will share his valuable insights and perspectives. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our distinguished speaker. Mr. Sairaj Dhond is a lawyer by education and an entrepreneur by passion. His company, Wakao Foods, has been recognized as India's first and most loved plant-based product company. He has been awarded the Business World Young Entrepreneur Award in 2021. Today, his speech is titled Empowering Young Entrepreneurs, Catalysts for Sustainable and Inclusive Economic Transformation in India. I would like to request Dr. Moitri De, Faculty Coordinator of the event, to kindly honor and felicitate Mr. Sairaj Dhond. Can we get a good round of applause for our keynote speaker? Thank you. Thank you, GCTC, for such lovely tokens of honors and respect for our speakers. Without any further ado, sir, I would like to welcome you to the podium.
Thank you. I'll use the mic.
You want the
There is a
wireless mic?
Cordless
Cordless mic, did you just say?
Check. Thank you so much. Thank you, madam. Very good morning, everyone. दिल्ली की सर्दी है, मैं गोवा से हूँ. I'm not used to this temperature, but I love this temperature. And I love being in Delhi. मतलब अंदर कुछ नहीं है. नहीं मुझे पसंद है सर. I like the cold weather. बहुत कम हमें मिलता है. Normally whenever I wear this, लोग बोलते हैं यार तू कितना पहन के आया है. तो पहली बार ऐसे लग रहा है कि it's meant for the weather. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Aditya ji. I love coming to Delhi and more so to interact with young entrepreneurs and students because this is the future. India is moving in a direction which is completely going to change the narrative of how we work, what work we do. So while I was coming here, I thought I should just make a few points of what I talk because I can go on and on sometimes. So I thought I wanted to just be very focused on what I want to speak about. So in the middle, I'll just keep coming here and just looking at my points. Okay, so before we start, let me very quickly introduce to you all who I am. A lot of people may not know me. Maybe all of you all don't know me, so let me just quickly introduce. I'm Sairaj Dhond. I run a company called Wakao Foods. We make products from jackfruit. So we are India's first jackfruit company. Thank you. So jackfruit is one of the most wasted foods in India. Almost 1.4 million tons is grown every year. 75% of it goes to waste. And I came out on this mission of taking jackfruit to every household because I come from the southern part of India and we love our jackfruit. And even in the north, it's known as kathal. A lot of people eat kathal, they love it, but it's seasonal, milta nahi, pakane mein bahut mushkil hota hai. So we've solved all of these problems. Today my aim was always to take this humble jackfruit right from my backyard, quite literally, to the world. And that was the aim when I started off with. Today I'm happy to inform you all that we not only supply to every pin code in India, we supply to over 500 odd restaurants across India, restaurants and hotels, but we also export to 5 countries. We sell in US, Singapore, Norway, Netherlands, and Dubai. This journey has been of little over 4 years. We started in end of 2020, December of 2020 we launched. And it's been a fun journey with its own share of ups and downs. Entrepreneurship is never a bed of roses. It has its own ups and downs, but it's been a fun journey, and I've enjoyed it. So that's the first part of it. Now that there's some context into who I am and what am I talking about, let's deep dive into what I'm going to talk about. The topic was pretty lengthy. I don't know if you all have read my topic, but it makes total sense. Let me just read that topic once for you all. I can't remember it, but let me read it. Empowering young entrepreneurs, catalysts for sustainable and inclusive economic transformation of India. Forget that topic. Now we'll talk about the topic. You know, one thing that I need to really tell you all is that today is the best time to start a startup in India. There hasn't been a better time than this. And today is National Startup Day. How many of you all know that? What a coincidence, you know, that I'm here today talking to you all. For me, it's a great coincidence that I'm happy to be here talking about startups on the National Startup Day. And I was reading, as I was coming to the venue, I was reading snippets by Nikhil Kamath and a lot of other founders. And they're talking about the last decade in India being the decade of startups. It's how India transitioned into this whole startup universe. I'm not much older than y'all. I would like to believe that. I'm 36 years of age. Yeah. I hope I look younger than that, but yes, I'm 36. And I was in college around 15 odd years ago. And I swear and I promise you all, I'd not heard of the word entrepreneurship. We went to college, we just came back from college like normal students studying, and I studied law. I studied 5 years of law. There was never one session. We had guest lecturers who came and they spoke about legal things. But there was never one single session where there was an entrepreneur who came and pitched his business idea or told us about that. So you just imagine how far things have changed. And today I keep going to a lot of colleges. I'm blessed that I get invited. But just the whole ecosystem has changed. Today you want to start a startup, what are the difficulties that you have? कोई बोलेगा कि मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, I come from a humble background, middle class family से हो, कौन मुझे funding देगा? That's not even a problem today, right? You have so many incubators, you have so many people who are here. What is all of this? All of this is to tell you all that get up and start a startup, right? So all those impediments which were there and reasons why we believed that we could never start a startup have been solved in India. And today, all that we need is a great idea. That's it. You need a great idea, and you need to have a mad fire in your belly to execute that idea. क्योंकि आइडिया कोई तो बोला था आइडिया तो 10 रुपया किलो डजन बिकता है. Ideas are all across, but how well you can execute an idea is what is going to be the game changer for you. So, best time to start a startup. If you're even thinking or even considering कि यार मैं startup करूँ ना करूँ, stop even thinking. Just get to the right idea. So let's do one thing. Let's go into what are great ideas. Okay. Let's take this step by step. First thing I've said is this is a great time to start a startup. Okay. ठीक है. How do you get a great idea? What's the best way to get a great idea? According to me, there are two amazing ways to find and spot a great idea. The first one is to find a gap in the market with regards to a product or a service. What does that mean? When I was thinking of doing jackfruit, I realized that there was no brand in India which sold jackfruit. There was a demand. People liked jackfruit. There was a lot of jackfruit being wasted, So the opportunity was there, पर कोई बेच नहीं रहा था, तो वो gap था market में. And I thought I'll own that gap. That's a great way of finding a great business idea. So think of those gaps in the market. अगर आप कुछ कर रहे हो, आप बोलेंगे अरे ये अगर कोई कर देता ना, तो मजा आ जाता. It can solve a lot of problems. अगर आपको कुछ वैसे मिल रहा है, that is like a phenomenal idea to start a startup, okay? And the second one is find a product or a service that you think you can do much better than an existing product or a service. Not my phone. No, not mine. So now for example, कपड़े तो दुकानों में बेचते थे लोग, करेक्ट? किसी ने सोचा कि ये इंटरनेट पे क्यों नहीं बेच सकते? सेम थिंग, कॉन्सेप्ट सेम है, कपड़े बेचना है, पर उसने उधर से उठा के इंटरनेट पे डाल दिया. तो आपको वो देखना है कि अगर कोई प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस है एग्जिस्टिंग, उसे हम बेहतर कर सकते हैं. If we can solve a problem for our consumers, that's a great idea. So just always be on the lookout for ideas of this kind. So don't try and do the normal run-of-the-mill thing. Very easy to say कि वो भी वही कर रहा है, वो मैं भी वही करूँगा. It's very easy, right? To do something that has already been done million times. But if you want to stand out, if you want to make an impression, deep dive into two of these things, and you'll find some great ideas out of there. You know what is the most important thing according to me, just in general in life? There is one single thing. और वो ना पूरी अपनी जिंदगी बदल देती है. And that thing is called opportunities. Opportunities seldom come. मतलब वो हर जगह नहीं रहते. They seldom come. You need to be awake and waiting for that opportunity. But when that opportunity comes, you need to be there. Grab it with both your hands. And वो बोलते हैं ना, क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में मालूम नहीं, but completely कपड़े कैसे हम गीले कपड़े निचोड़ना, उसको एकदम निचोड़ दो till the last drop of that opportunity is out. Never let go of an opportunity. So yeah, you can clap if you like. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this, and I'll give you an example of how an opportunity changed my life. So Wakaw is my fourth startup, by the way. I've done 3 other startups before this. Before that, I was a part of my family business for exactly 6 months. And before that, I practiced hardcore criminal law for 1 year. So I've done a lot of things in life, and I'm talking from some kind of experience. So, you know, I finished my real estate project. I made some money there. And lockdown hit all of us. I don't know what you all were doing during lockdown. Many of you all would have been in school, answering open book exams. I'm so jealous of all of you all. We studied so hard to pass 10th standard, 12th standard. Anyway, so I was going through what next, because real estate मुझे करना नहीं था, lockdown हुआ था, it was crazy, it was very unpredictable, we didn't know what to expect. I believed that food could be a great entry point. You know why? Because during the lockdown, all of you all would remember, खाना was like the most important thing. वो ज़रूरत थी. Yeah? So I realized that people were ready to pay that extra 100 rupees for quality and good stuff. And now people are suddenly looking at what's on my plate. यार ये healthy है, नहीं है, इससे immunity बढ़ेगी, क्या होगा? You know, so I realized that food, there was an opportunity. But क्या food करना है, क्या है? I was still thinking. And I was researching, I made a note of a lot of things that I could look at, something like kokum, mango, X, Y, Z. That's when a friend who knew what I was doing, he sent me a video. And that was a video of Palki Sharma Upadhyay of Today First Post. She was then with Vion. And the headline of that video was, the next superfood of the world, jackfruit. And I was like, shit. मतलब jackfruit मेरे घर के पीछे गिरता है, सड़ता है, कोई उसे देखता भी नहीं, और यहाँ पे दुनिया superfood बोल रही है, not even India. The world is calling it a superfood. So I sensed an opportunity. I sensed कि इसमें कुछ तो है. Let's deep dive. So I started researching, went to Google Baba, started researching. That's my only researcher who I've got. I researched and I read more about it, and I suddenly realized that this is not jackfruit, it's a jackpot. And there's so much that can be done. You know, I didn't know head or tail of jackfruit. I just knew that it was nice, tasted nice, but I didn't know anything else. But the journey started, and I'm a law graduate, by the way. I have no background of food technology. And I'll share another secret with you. I hate to cook. But I don't say I can't cook to save my life. I can. I can make something if I need to save my life, but I don't like entering the kitchen. But I sell a food product. So, it's not always the skill that you have, उसका ही कुछ धंधा बनाना है, या जो धंधा बना रहे हो उसमें आप बहुत skillful होने चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होता है. There are a lot of people who can help you build your dream. Yeah? So, opportunity is something that you need to spot. A lot of times people say, कि you are lucky. Not to me, they would be saying to me, but not on my face. But I'm just saying in general, people say, अरे वो तो lucky है. Luck क्या होता है? What is luck? And I don't remember who said this, but by the way, a disclaimer. Anything that I say is either by experience or something that I've heard from someone. Okay? So just take it with that spirit. So yeah, someone said this. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. You have to be there. You have to be there looking for it. You have to be like actively scouting for that opportunity. That's when you sense it somewhere. What are the chances that I would get this video, watch it, get inspired, think about it? But I was talking to people, telling them, okay, I'm looking out for such things. So they send it to me. Why would he send it to me? So all I'm saying is, be out there, be ready, scout for your opportunity. It'll come. Hold it, nichod dal usko. Yeah. So that's the first thing. The second most important thing that I want to tell all of y'all is there is this misconception according to me, okay? It could be a concept according to someone else, but misconception according to me, that a founder is an entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur is only a founder. I think it's wrong. Entrepreneurship, according to me, is a mindset. It's a mindset. The difference between an entrepreneur and a manager is a manager will think कि मेरा काम है सुबह 9 से 5 बजे तक, फिर मुझे पंच करना है, घर भागना है. An entrepreneur से नहीं, मेरा काम है ये टारगेट को अचीव करना, मेरा काम है मेरा प्रोडक्ट दुनिया में लेके जाना, मुझे टाइम से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. काम जल्दी खत्म हो चला गया, पर अगर काम बचा है तो मैं रुकूंगा और करूंगा, क्योंकि ये मेरी कंपनी है. When I hire only entrepreneurs. I don't care about skill set. Skill set होता क्या है? वो तो कोई भी सीख सकता है, right? कोई पैदा नहीं होता माँ के पेट से कि मैं बढ़िया स्पीकर हूँ. वो सीख जाते हैं लोग. I'll also tell you that story of public speaking a little later. But that's very important as an entrepreneur. So the point being, attitude eats skills for breakfast. You just need to have an attitude कि मुझे करना है. This is my company. I want to grow it like nothing else. And don't worry कि किसको क्या मिल रहा है. As a founder, I'll tell you honestly, as a founder, I'm a solo founder. I built this company from scratch. But I can tell you with all honesty, 80% of the people who work with me, not who work for me, very important, always remember that as an entrepreneur. No one is my employee, they are all colleagues. So all those who work with me feel the same way for Wakao that I feel. I can bet on that because I would not hire anyone who wouldn't feel that way, or also if I've hired, I will ask them to go if they don't feel that way after a point of time. So all of y'all, I don't say all of y'all should become founders. It's practically impossible for everyone in the world to be founders. But if not a founder, be an entrepreneur. Try being a founder. If you think, see, being a founder is not meant for everybody also. There's a lot of risk appetite. There's a lot of factors that come into it. But you can always build a great company being a founding member. or being someone who has ownership of that business. Tomorrow, if you're good enough, you'll get ESOPs. You'll get a skin in the game. But be an entrepreneur. Be someone who really, really wants to build. Today, sometimes you might feel कि अब मैं कर रहा हूँ, मेरे को founder नहीं बनना है, मैं काम कर रहा हूँ ये company में. But I'm an entrepreneurial mindset guy. I really worked really hard to build a company of some scale. Suddenly, some kida comes within me and says कि नहीं यार, let me start something of my own. I have this idea. Let me go out and start something of my own.